Welcome back to Capitol Review. I'm Tosin Fakile. The Supreme Court heard oral arguments about whether former President Donald Trump could be banned from the ballot this year. Joining me now is Zach Schonfeld, the courts and legal reporter with our media partners at The Hill. Zach, welcome back. Before we get what happened in court, how did this case even get to the Supreme Court?
Well, there have been dozens of challenges that have been filed across the country seeking to disqualify Donald Trump under the 14th Amendment's insurrection ban. This was originally a provision that was ratified as part of the 14th Amendment after the Civil War, originally designed to keep ex-Confederates from returning to federal power. And now all of these plaintiffs and anti-Trump groups have been filing these lawsuits accusing Donald Trump of his actions surrounding the January 6th Capitol riot, saying that that is enough to just trigger his disqualification from ballots in states across the country. So this case before the Supreme Court happened after Colorado became the first state in response to all of these challenges nationwide to have disqualified Trump from the state's ballot. So now the Supreme Court is weighing whether to affirm that ruling or whether to reverse it, not only preserving Donald Trump's status on the ballot in Colorado, but also likely dooming all of these lawsuits that have been proceeding in other states.
And, you know, in the courtroom, we got a signal of things. You were inside the high court yesterday. The Supreme Court signals reluctance to disqualify from the ballot. What were the arguments that were heard?
Over the course of what was about a 2-hour argument, we didn't see the justices dive into what is the most politically contentious issue in this case. That is, whether Donald Trump can be said to have engaged in insurrection for his actions surrounding January 6th. Instead, we saw the justices searching for various off-ramps that would allow them to preserve Donald Trump's status on the ballot without having to opine on January 6th. So, in particular, we saw a number of justices questioning the authority of a singular state to take this extraordinary step of removing a presidential candidate off the ballot. You saw someone like Chief Justice John Roberts, who said that if they affirm this ruling from Colorado, what's then to stop a Republican-led state from accusing a Democrat of insurrection and then trying to remove them from the ballot? So you saw a lot of justices concerned about the consequences there. Also a number of justices potentially seeming concerned that the presidency isn't covered by this insurrection ban in the 14th Amendment. So a number of ways they can resolve this case without having to actually get into all the issues surrounding January 6th.
We can't wait to see how all of this plays out. And speaking of resolve, when can we expect a decision?
Well, the Supreme Court normally, we're expecting, all the big decisions from the term to come down in May or June, but this case is a bit of an outlier. They're hearing this on an expedited basis. So that opens the possibility that we could see a decision much sooner than the normal May or June timeframe, potentially a decision in a matter of weeks. Keep in mind, this case has been coming to the court from the time we got that ruling in Colorado to these oral arguments in just a matter of a few weeks. That is a much speedier pace than we're used to for normal cases at the Supreme Court. So now the question becomes exactly how long do they take? Do we see a ruling before Super Tuesday, early next month, or do they take even longer? Of course, they're running against the clock here as voters in many states across the country are about to head to the polls.
And that's right, primaries on the way already. So we'll have to wait and see what the Supreme Court decides. Zach Schonfeld with The Hill, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Good to be with you.